Hello students. Now our topic is colligative properties. First of all, what is colligative properties? The properties which depend on the number of solute particles irrespective of their nature are called colligative properties. It means only depends on the number of solute particles. In our syllabus, we are having these four colligative properties: relative lowering of vapor pressure of the solvent, depression of freezing point of the solvent, elevation of boiling point of the solvent, and osmotic pressure of the solution. In this video, I am going to discuss these first three colligative properties. And come to the first one, relative lowering of vapor pressure. As we already discussed, that vapor pressure of a solvent in a solution containing non-volatile solute is less than that of pure solvent. And for such type of solution, the relation between vapor pressure of solution, mole fraction and vapor pressure of the solvent is given by the Raoult's law, that is P1 is equal to P naught 1 x1, where this P1 is the vapor pressure of solvent in solution containing non-volatile solute, and that is equal to P naught 1 vapor pressure of pure solvent, and x1 is the mole fraction of solvent. And as we know, this P1, this is P1 is lower than P naught 1. So this difference of this P naught 1 and P1, this is called lowering of vapor pressure and represented by delta P1. So we can say this is delta P1 is equal to P naught 1 minus P1. Again remember, delta P1 is the lowering in vapor pressure. If we put the value of P1, then we will get P naught 1 minus P naught 1 x1. P naught 1 is common, then we will get this one. And as we know, 1 minus x1 is equal to x2. So we are having, that is lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the vapor pressure of pure solvent multiplied by mole fraction of solute. Is it clear? And again, if we find out this ratio from this to this, we can write this one, delta P1 divided by P naught 1. This ratio, this is known as relative lowering of vapor pressure, which is equal to the mole fraction of solute. And this delta P1 can also be written as P naught 1 minus P1, and then divided by P naught 1 is equal to x2. So we are having this ratio is again called relative lowering of vapor pressure. Now this x2, this is the mole fraction of solute, and this is the ratio of number of moles of solute divided by total number of moles of solution, that is N1 plus N2. So this is our formula for relative lowering of vapor pressure, where N1 and N2 are the number of moles of solvent and solute respectively. Remember it, that is subscript 1 is used for the solvent and 2 is used for the solute. And for dilute solution, when solute is present in very less amount, so we can say N2 is very less than N1, and in denominator we can neglect N2, then we are having this relationship, that is relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to N2 by N1. And if W1 and W2 are the masses and M1 and M2 are the molar masses of the solvent and solute respectively, then we can write this one, that is N2 is W2 divided by M2. In the denominator we are having N1, so this N1 is equal to W1 divided by M1. That's why final relationship will get this one. In this case, that is, this is 1 2, sorry, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. 6 parameters are there. If any 5 are given, 6 can be calculated. Generally, this formula used to find out the molar mass of solute. Okay, is it clear? Now come to the next one, elevation of boiling point. Vapor pressure of liquid increases with the increase of temperature. This we already discussed. And what is the boiling point? A liquid boils at the temperature at which its vapor pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure. This is the definition of boiling point. That is the temperature at which vapor pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. And as we know, vapor pressure of the solvent decreases in the presence of non-volatile solute. Is that clear? Now see, from this diagram, you can say this side on x-axis we are taking temperature, on the y-axis we are taking vapor pressure. First we'll discuss this for solvent. At any temperature, the vapor pressure of solvent is like this. And if we want to boil it, then we have to increase its vapor pressure by increasing the temperature. And as soon as this vapor pressure is to the 1 atmospheric pressure at this point, this solvent start to boil. So we can say this is, which is represented by TB naught. TB naught. This is the boiling point of pure solvent. Now at the same temperature, if we add the non-volatile solute, then its vapor pressure becomes less. Again, remember this vapor pressure is less. Now again, we want to boil this solution. Then again, its vapor pressure should be equal to 1 atmosphere. Then we have to increase temperature up to this place. That is this one. So this is the temperature. This temperature is increased. So this TB represent the boiling point of solution, and difference between these two, this is known as elevation of boiling point, that is delta TB. Now see, whatever we have discussed, just memorize it. The boiling point of a solution is always higher than that of the boiling point of pure solvent in which the solution is prepared. This is referred as elevation of boiling point. And elevation of boiling point depends on the number of solute molecule. That's why it is a colligative property. If delta B naught is a boiling point of pure solvent, TB naught is the boiling point of pure solvent and TB is the boiling point of solution, then difference of these two, out of these two, one is higher. We can say this is TB is higher. The difference is TB minus TB naught, that is delta TB. This is known as elevation in boiling point. For dilute solutions, the elevation of boiling point is directly proportional to the molar concentration. Molar concentration means molality. We can say delta TB is directly proportional to the molality. If this proportionality factor is removed, then we will come with the another constant, that is Kb. This Kb is the boiling point elevation constant or molar elevation constant, and this is also known as the ebullioscopic constant. Ebullioscopic constant. Now what will be the unit of this Kb? So Kb written like this. Kb is delta TB divided by m, and unit of delta TB is Kelvin, and this m is the molality, mole per kilogram, and its reverse becomes kilogram per mole. So the unit is Kb is Kelvin kilogram per mole. And if molality of any solution is 1, then we can say this is Kb is equal to delta Tb. From this relationship we can define the Kb. Kb is equal to the elevation of a boiling point when molality of the solution is unit. Is it clear? Now again, we already discussed what is molality. So this is the formula of molality, where W2, this is the mass of solute in gram. This is M2. This is the molar mass of solute in gram per mole. W1, this is the mass of solvent in gram. If we put this formula of molality in this equation, then we will get this formula. Now again we can say this is 5 parameter. This is 1, 2, and this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. If any four are given, fifth can be calculated. Now next we'll discuss about depression of freezing point. First of all, what is freezing point? What happens at freezing point? At the freezing point of a substance, the solid phase is in dynamic equilibrium with the liquid phase. Thus, the freezing point of a substance is the temperature at which the vapor pressure of the substance in its liquid phase is equal to its vapor pressure in solid phase. Again, try to understand the definition of this freezing point. Freezing point of a substance is the temperature at which the vapor pressure of the substance in its liquid phase is equal to its vapor pressure in solid phase. This is for any liquid. A solution will freeze when its vapor pressure equals the vapor pressure of the pure solid solvent. Now just see from this diagram. This is vapor pressure, this is temperature in Kelvin. First we will take the pure solvent. This is the pure solvent. When its temperature is decreases, its vapor pressure will decrease. And at this condition, we can say at this condition, that is vapor pressure of substance in liquid phase becomes equal to the vapor pressure in solid phase, and this is the freezing point of pure solvent represented by TF naught. Is it clear? And if we further reduce the temperature, then we are only having the frozen solvent. But at this point, there is a dynamic equilibrium between liquid solvent and solid solvent. Now, when a non-volatile solid is added to the solvent, its vapor pressure decreases. We already discussed about the lowering of vapor pressure when a non-volatile solute is added. Now, it would become equal to that of solid solvent at lower temperature. Thus, the freezing point of solvent decreases when a non-volatile solute is added. Now, see from this diagram. Now, this is for solution which contain the non-volatile solute, then its freezing point is less. Now at what temperature it will freeze? Then if we decrease the temperature, then at this point there is a dynamic equilibrium between liquid solvent and solid solvent in solution, and this is less than this one. This is called depression of freezing point. If this TF naught is freezing point of pure solvent and TF is the freezing point of solution, then difference of these two, that is delta TF, is known as the depression in freezing point. Now again, delta TF for dilute solution is directly proportional to molality, that is M of solution. So we can write delta TF is directly proportional to M. If proportionality factor is removed, then new constant will come, that is Kf, and Kf is the freezing point depression constant or molar depression constant, or this is also known as the cryoscopic constant. And in the similar way, as we discussed the Kb, the unit of Kf is also Kelvin kilogram per mole, and if molality is 1, then Kf is equal to delta Tf. Again, from this relation we can define the Kf. Kf is equal to depression in freezing point when molality of the solution is 1. Then again, if this is the formula of molality, if we put this formula, then we will get finally this relationship. In this case, again 5 parameters are there. If 4 are given, fifth can be calculated. Is it clear? this is about depression of freezing point. Now actually value of Kf and Kb depends on the nature of solvent, and it can be find out by these relationship. Kf is equal to R into M1 into Tf square divided by 1000 into delta H fusion, and Kb is again R into M1 into Tb square divided by 1000 into delta H vaporization, where this R is the gas constant, this is M1 is the molar mass of solvent, and this Tf is the freezing point of pure solvent, and this is the enthalpy of fusion. The same way in this case, R is a gas constant, M1 is the molar mass of solvent, Tb is the boiling temperature of pure solvent, and this is the enthalpy of vaporization. I think all the points whatever you discussed you have understood. Remaining, that is osmosis and osmotic pressure, I will discuss in the next video. Thank you.